旋風さ、パティ、それにアイオナ。私はもう二度と仲間が死んでいくのを見たくないの。運命を狂わせる手は私が招いた結果、その原因は私自身で断ち切らないと。私もノアステラだよ。私の故郷は滅ぼされたの。旋風さ、パティ、それにアイオナ。私はもう二度と仲間が死んでいくのを見たくないの。運命を狂わせる手は私が招いた結果、その原因は私自身で断ち切らないと。私もノアステラだよ。私の故郷は滅ぼされたの。旋風さ、パティ、それにアイオナ。私はもう二度と仲間が死んでいくのを見たくないの。
There we go. Yo, 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 yo. Are you ready? Are you ready to see what Julius can truly do? Because I am as well. So, we are currently, for those of you curious, on a emulator. You can't quite see it, but you'll notice it in the quality. And that is my normal client, Silver and Blood client, still hasn't updated. I got stuck on 99%. I deleted the whole client, tried to reinstall the whole thing. Hasn't worked yet. So yeah, Silver and Blood has a lot of things to fix in regards to their client. So y'all have to live with a bit worse quality and maybe a bit less responsiveness and the like. I'm not quite sure. But it's gonna be the emulator experience. Gonna be the emulator experience. Alright, so here we go. We collect our normal stuff. We send our message. We could type a message. Can we? Message? Post message. Clan. For those of you that didn't know yet, Clan Hunt is delayed until the 20th. There we go. So messages do work, and you can even confirm that you've read them. Now that is interesting. Yeah, it's because there's something wrong with the update itself. It doesn't properly download, not because you have a potato PC or potato connection or anything like that. No, it's more something to do with the game and the way it downloads stuff, if that makes sense. So, alright. No, I don't want to... Okay, here we go. Let's get ourselves our first Julius. We unfortunately can't yet test him with 2 copies. We are 600 short. Deleted Jason file in the May. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. You know, at this point I'm just gonna wait. Because most people aren't going to go out of their way to delete some weird JSON file. Or like set the main folder to read only. Or whatever else. I'm just gonna wait until the devs properly fix it. And then just roll with it, right? Yeah. I mean, that's the plan. How realistic that is? Hard to say. Alright, let's open some of these. How many of the warrior ones do we have? 250. Okay. So, where's Julius? Let's equip him and let's get to figuring out what's going on. So, we take out... I don't know, let's take out Otavia for now. Otavia out, Julius in.
I'd rather train by myself.
Agaris? Yeah, could have been a possibility too. Okay, so let's find the guy right here.
I don't seek immortality, but only by living can I await the day to take.
And we have 2 pieces.
Critical mass.
2 pieces of equipment to be used, a chess piece and a ring. So, the question is, should we already see... Okay, we have enough experience. Do we have enough experience to bind the 2? We probably don't have a hammer. Oh, we do. We're just gonna upgrade the pieces to 5 for now. We're not gonna do any crazy stuff. We can only upgrade 1 anyway. But it's... Oh, not if we go with more heavy gear.
The past should have been buried long ago.
It's close. Maybe the triple runs of the boss is going to be enough. But, alright, so Julius, where are you? Where are you? There you are.
I don't seek immortality.
Artifact wise, we're going to give him the artifact everybody should run him with, which should be the Eye of Truth.
Critical masks.
There we go. And then skill wise, we're going to bring him to 444 for now. Based on the way I read his kit, he's kind of like a Sirene where you really want to upgrade everything if you can. So something like a 555 is going to be decent enough. But I think it goes in order: basic attack, special, and then ultimate. Is there a way to increase download speed in launcher? Yes, the devs have to fix it. Otherwise, I don't really see a proper way for this to go anywhere. Okay, so we have 12,780 attack, 222,000 HP, 6,200 on 5,200. Those stats don't read too bad. What about, let's say, our Quinn? 289, 10,000, 6,000, 7,000. Wait, doesn't he also have 6,000?
I don't seek immortality.
Okay, so what I've heard is that my guy can become pretty damn tanky. So that's something we're going to be testing. We'll also see if we can make some or find some success with him in the newly released chapter 19. Though for now, as with all good tests, let's check him out in the Time Worn Mausoleum. Just in case, right? Let's see if we can get his exclusive. Let's see if we can, get a glimpse of what it does. And, New Ancestral released? Yes, but you're not going to be able to get her until in like 2 months. Make it 3. If you look at like the, I guess you could say, new schedule. Okay, so TIA Yona out. Julius in.
Many have fallen before me. You won't be the exception.
Yeah, and then let's just see what he can do. Yeah, so that range is not really gonna come into play much. Alright, Bellos. YT's Valora, where most people won't be able to get there in months. I guess you could say as like a goal to get people motivated to actually participate in Clan Hunt and the like, because you know what you're getting all these points for. That'd be my, you know, best guess. That it's just showing people what they want to work for. What like the end goal of all the grinding is. Looks like we might have to start using Van Helsing pretty soon. We're getting overrun. But at least Julius is getting some stacks. Alright, he should have maximum stacks, which means from now on he has the lifesteal. He should also have what? Is it a attack speed increase or the like? I'm unsure. Let's see, what were these stacks exactly doing? No, okay, just extra damage equal to 50% of his attack. Alright. So overall, it's probably gonna stay the way it's always, and that is, or it's gonna stay the way it's always been, which means we're not going to see a lot. We're not gonna see a lot of use for him here, huh? How's the new ancestor compared to Iona? That's the question, right? Because we can't unlock her yet. But it looks like with her having an attack boost in passive, with her having a new function, which is basically Blood Soul Debt, which means you can pay the cost up front and then pay the rest after, she at least looks like she might stand a chance. So the early consensus on Julius is that Van Helsing is cooked. Alright? The early sense on consensus on Julius for now seems to be Van Helsing is probably not going to be the most favored physical DPS anymore. But we still need to get like a proper head-to-head, which will only really be possible once we get that next once we get that next prophecy. But for now, we're gonna try and get ourselves a clear picture. Just overall, don't use him in Mausoleum, alright? Even with this evolved piece, I think he's only getting like a wave-based frontal attack. But it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Do you think they make an event in the future where they make an exclusive Ancestral banner? It is certainly possible. It is certainly possible for them to introduce a limited Ancestral. The question is if or when or why. Like, keep in mind, if a unit is limited, you're not going to be able to get any copies later down the line. So especially with the rarity of ancestors, that might be a bit of a problem. Might be a bit of a problem. Alright, there we go. Nothing too incredible. Alright, so we have this out of the way, which is fine. Let's collect today's rewards. Okay, let's try him in a boss stage. So the current boss for today is going to be a Toll Devourer Rana. Okay. Can he beat a Toll Devourer Rana? Are Ancestrals not normal summonable? Why are they more rare? Ancestrals generally, yes, they are rarer. They are normally summonable, but if you were to bring out a limited ancestor, you're gonna have a smaller drop chance to get them in the first place, and on top of that, you're then also going to not be able to get them once their banner ends, right?
Won't be the exception. I refuse all sacrifice.
Let's put in, where is she? Starry-eyed. There we go.
As you wish. Many have
Is she geared? 11,000, 13, 14. She's probably not geared, but we can fix that later. Okay, so we have Fleeting, Acapella, Julius. Let's see how he does. Do you think Silver and Blood will make more characters like Lorelei where they can change their role casters-like character into assassin after ult? I would think it's certainly possible, right? I think it's certainly something they could be doing. Doesn't mean they'll actually do it, because keep in mind, as you said, they've done it before. So there's not going to be as much of a, you could say, incentive. Alright, let's see if Julius can kill the tentacles fast enough. Solid. Okay, now we move ourselves over. Okay, he's now on full stacks. Now, when you look at this gameplay, you're obviously going to ask yourself, okay, now this is nice and all, but why should I go through all this trouble if I could also just use Timeless Iona instead? And the answer is because you want to make your life harder, alright? If you want to make your life harder than it needs to be, you can definitely go for Julius instead of Timeless, but it's not something I would recommend. Alright, and also again, he's a melee character, right? Like, melee characters tend to get a bit shafted here overall, seeing as how they always like have to run to a certain place. But no matter what you want to say, the fact that he was able to beat her as the only DPS. How many copies of Julius do we actually need? 4. Wanna know why? Because you want to get your hands on the Ancestor, and your way to get the hands on the Ancestor, exactly, is by having 4 copies. Otherwise, things are just not going to work out. So you're going to need 4 copies no matter what. Alright, quick slay. Ooh. Wait, but does it even change anything? Could I've done quick slay from the beginning? Ooh, second hammer. Tempting.
Facing a powerful enemy from your...
I'm still stuck with this update. You deleted it and downloaded it again. Yeah, you know, if you have the choice, I would recommend for now just play it on your phone, play it on an emulator. The PC client, you need to like actually go into files, go into folders, delete stuff. I wouldn't really bother with it too much. We can do both quick runs. What does that save us? 5 seconds? What does that save us? Like 2 or 3 seconds being able to do both quick runs at once? I mean, you know, it's not like we weren't able to fast clear before. Oh, there we go. So we now have 2 pieces at level 5. Yeah, we need the BP, otherwise we won't be able to use them in content. So, let's... Oh, crit rate and all damage bonus. Not bad. And then we're going to echo. Received healing bonus. See, this is a theory that I found kind of interesting. And that is, what if you use received healing bonus on Julius, which allows him to get higher lifesteal, right? Whereas Julius gains lifesteal from his talent after getting 3 Phantasm stacks. 30% lifesteal is nothing bad, right? That's pretty good. So if you get received healing increase on him, does that make his lifesteal stronger? So my dream scenario, or what I came up with before actually testing it, was Julius indeed actually being pretty much a sub-tank, right? Like a secondary tank next to, like, let's say your Quinn, for example. And that's also what we're going to be trying him out in. So we're just going to quickly make sure we have all these dailies done. Get these fast runs out of the way. See if we can level up one more time for our units. And then we're going to go into chapter 19, because it's the highest chapter we can do with the most, I guess, realistic BP for me to beat. And then we're going to be trying him out in multiple scenarios, like as a front tank, just as a DPS. I don't think we're gonna make it pretty far with him being a solo DPS. But if we can get him to get his stacks without having to ult, that would indeed be pretty damn nice. So, let's see. 10, 39, 1,700. Could be enough for us to get 1 level up. And it is. Sweet. Now I just gotta check that all my other heroes are actually geared. So yes, Timeless is geared with as much BP as possible. Who else are we gonna be using? Fleeting Bella. Better headpiece. $700,000. Let me get some Soli real quick. There we go. Okay, so Fleeting Bella, equipment, enhance.
Fun and profitable. Now that's the dream.
Level 4, barely. Sweet, sweet. Okay, so we have level 4 here. Ring is on Noah. Can move over. Shoulder piece, kingdom, sweet. So we have a 29. Ooh. Okay, she gets the level 5 headpiece. I don't think it makes much of a difference who gets what. But maybe we're just gonna give the best to our actual DPS. But which position would he take? So our team would be Fleeting Bella, Quinn, Lorelei.
Flowers don't understand such things.
And then yeah, just Julius, I guess.
You seem
We should have given the affinity materials to him. My fault.
flowers don't
Alright, an ultimate to upgrade. Very nice. Better special.
brilliantly. Let's do something.
Yeah. Isn't Agnes Julius combo kinda crazy? One ult and you get most of the stacks? I feel like the stacks are something you get super fast anyway, so is it truly that important to get them like hyper quick? Or are you fine with getting them a little slower? Okay, so very first stage, very first chance for Julius to actually prove something. Alright, let's see. Yep, storyline with Theophane.
Past or future, every me stands
Okay.
with you now.
So we obviously have Quinn
Please, be gentle with those flowers.
as our main tank, and then we're
As
using...
you wish.
Oh yeah! Starry-eyed. I wanted to give a Starry-eyed to Julius. Let's see, do we have a good do we have some good stuff to give to a starry-eyed?
Is some until the
So many kingdom amulets. Kind of crazy. Not for the stacks. Grouping them on applying physical down. Yeah, I guess. Is this update really 18 gigabytes? No, that's the whole game. If you're downloading 18 gigabytes, then that's you reinstalling the whole game. Julius plus Lamia lifesteal. Yeah, but it's only during Blood Moon. Only during Blood Moon.
past or future.
But, okay. So here we go. Quinn
Please,
with the Julius.
with those flowers.
So Acapella can go. Julius can come in.
Many have fallen before me.
Still 40k BP diff. That's rough. So maybe fleeting out.
Need help, little one?
Lorelei in. $21,700, 13,000 attack. The amount of investment. The amount of investment you need to match a timeless Iona. Yeah. Alright, let's see what he can do. What is this? Throws a strange spear at a location, dealing weak physical damage to all enemies and taunting. They're dead. Still stuck at 99%. Any news or solutions? Solutions are, you can go into your in-game, you can go into your game folder and you can delete a certain JSON. You can go into your game folders and you can turn them, you can turn off read only. You can download an emulator and play it on an emulator. You can use your tablet, you can play it on a phone. And you can try reinstalling the game, but it doesn't really work because I tried that and now I'm 16 hours away from the download finishing. So don't do that. Doesn't really work.
As you wish.
Okay, let's try with a different rotation. What, Jason, exactly? That's the point where you go to Reddit or into our Discord and ask people. You're not just randomly gonna delete something, you're gonna go into the Discord or wherever and then you're gonna ask people. So you can find out. Yeah, I mean, if you try to download the game at like 100 kilobytes per second, it just doesn't really go anywhere, you know? It doesn't really do much. I wonder if we gave Lorelei her artifact. Is Julius a must-have? He's definitely a must-buy, because why would you be buying a copy of Sirene if you could be buying a copy of someone new? Right? So if you have one Sirene copy, you should not be going for another Sirene, you should be going for another Julius instead. But yeah, shit is not comparable. Honestly, if you have a really good timeless Iona, there's barely any reason for you to use Julius in story. I mean, damage-wise, we used one timeless ult towards the very end. He did tank decently well. You can kind of see it at 821,000. Somehow, his lifesteal does not count as his own healing. Are we gonna get any proper results from him? Let's bring him into arena then. And let's make sure we give Lorelei the artifact.
Anywhere you want to go, I'll
Yeah.
take you anywhere.
So, Eye of Truth. Let's take it away from Piera. But Arena, we're gonna get cooked in Arena because we don't have a Silver Shadow, right? Everybody is... So the reason why... a lot of you have been asking me, why is everybody all of a sudden using Sirene, Clive Jr. and Bella? The answer is pretty damn obvious. Silver Shadow Chronometer, 1 Blood Soul from Bella, 1 Blood Soul from Sirene, and 1 Blood Soul from Clive Jr. That is 3 Blood Soul, meaning you'll be able to ult 3 seconds or even 6 seconds. You'll be able to ult 6 seconds early with your Timeless versus their Timeless, which basically means you've won, they've lost. It's not even close. But just in case, to I guess show it off or whatever, we're gonna be trying and seeing if Julius can actually
The exception.
do something, right? Obviously, Timeless Iona ult, we're gonna lose, right? We're guaranteed to lose. But yeah, that happens if you don't buy a Silver Shadow. There you go. Way before we even got close to level 4 ult. So not much is gonna change. Like, please, for the love of God, buy the Silver Shadow Chronometer. Otherwise, PvP and time challenges in the future, they're just gonna be hell, right? They're just gonna be hell. It's not gonna be worth it. It's not gonna be fun. And yeah, it's just gonna be misery, right? It is just gonna be misery. If there's one conclusion that is a must-have, then that is absolutely the Silver Shadow. And look at our Quinn. She might not kill the opponent, but she's holding out quite long.
Where violence and conflict intertwine, great riches abound.
Ugh. Is there anybody that's not running a Silver Shadow? Oh, this guy isn't.
I still remember how to.
Yeah, there's a reset button. There's a reset button next to Sirene. You can pull the 78% out of Sirene. There's a reset button. What is Silver Shadow? An artifact? Silver Shadow is an artifact. Silver Shadow Chronometer. It's the artifact that on level 5 gives you 1 Blood Soul. No, they don't share it, but they allow you to reset it. So for example, look at this. If we go to Sirene and we put 2% in, you can then go down here to this reset button, reset it, and get the 2% back. Right? So there you go. So even if you've invested into Sirene and you're like, I kinda already am locked in, no, you're not. You can just reset the progress on Sirene and use it towards getting Julius. Huh? Why don't I have the chrono yet? I forgot. So the way this works is you can buy these things in the clan shop and you only have 50 a month. But you need more than 50 if you want to upgrade an artifact. So before last rotation, I forgot to buy some extra Silver Shadows. And that's why. I forgot to buy Silver Shadows before the shop reset. Which means I am currently 15, I believe, away from getting the blueprints. Here, if you check it out. So we have a we have a Philosopher's 5. We have a Silver Shadow 4. We have an Eye of Truth of 4. And to get the copy of Silver Shadow is going to cost me 15. Okay, if you don't have Sirene yet, would I suggest Sirene before Julius? Probably. And that is because Sirene has a fixed place. You can pretty much always find a space for a Sirene alongside of a Timeless Iona. And Timeless Iona is gonna go exactly nowhere, right?
I remember.
She's exactly gonna go nowhere. If you have one Sirene, do I still go for Julius over Sirene? Oh, absolutely. Like, the difference, trust me, the difference between having a Sirene with 0 copies, having a Sirene with 1 copy is non-existent. It's the same thing for the most part, right? Because you're not gonna bring her to Affinity 20. You're not going to need all these like super tiny stat increases. So just go for it, alright? Just because you have one Sirene doesn't mean you have to max her out. Go for Julius instead. You can then always go back to Sirene. And you also, if you want to get the Ancestor, need to get both to 4. Anyway, if you look at the switch, you see how it says, get yourself a Sirene 4 times, get yourself a Julius 4 times. So you're going to have to get them eventually anyway. So make sure you have the both of them before you focus on one guy specifically. And yeah, okay. We still need to make Julius somehow useful. So what could we do? Any ideas? What could we do? What could we try to give Julius a chance to actually perform? Because it's kind of pointless to bring him into story on my level, right? Depending on how many units you have, depending on how many copies of units you have, depending on how high the BP of your units is, it might be useful for you to bring Julius into the story. But for me, currently where we are, it's pretty much just stall the hell out of the enemies and then use Timeless Iona. Especially at these higher deficits. Are these two not obtainable through normal summons? Yes, you can only get them from the clan hunt coin reward, with the clan hunt rewards and with the daily tasks right here, right? You can only get them from getting meat right here and then doing your clan hunt tasks. Yeah. So it says it right here, right? You can consume the meat of rebirth. You can get every character up to 11 times, which is fully maxed out. And yeah, that's pretty much the way it goes, right? That's the way it works. Okay. Julius, Tomb of the Fallen. We tried him out. He was able to solo kill the boss. So that means he at least is decent. Looks more like honey, not meat. Because it's MEAD, right? Instead of MEAT.
A fulfilling day.
But yeah, it's the consistency, I guess you could say, yeah. I mean, we can try once more. We can try once more and see if we can somehow find a way to make the guy work. Yeah, so Quinn would definitely have to go first.
Stands with you now.
Many have fallen before me. You won't be the exception.
Need help, little one?
Alright. So he's on 0 stacks. Now he's at 1 stack. The big problem, we use one Timeless Iona ult and everything else just dies. Right? It's not a fair comparison. Us comparing Julius to Timeless Iona just doesn't work for us because our Timeless has around 33% more attack. 50% even. Our Timeless has 50% more attack than our Julius. And it shows, right? Like our Julius is on 13,000 attack. And Timeless is on 21,715. Yeah, it might actually be a bit distinct. Looking at this. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I'll try to fix it until the next time. Because I don't have a good fix right now. Let's try once again, see if he can work. So on the note of Quinn, yes. Quinn is the tankiest unit in the game, right? Quinn is by far the tankiest unit in the game. You're not gonna find anything more tanky. And if you want to get your Timeless Iona to do the most, you need someone to tank all that damage. So that's where she comes in. So this time we're not going to be using our Timeless Iona ult and we're going to see if we can still beat the level. Okay, he now has his triple stacks. And that wasn't a bad burst of damage. But the biggest problem is Timeless Iona is doing more damage than he is doing with just her basic attacks.
Yet a single defeat may summon eternal.
See, it's not fair. No, I have my Quinn on 2 copies. That's all I have. But look at this. We didn't even ult with Timeless. This is not fair. This is not fair. But no, I have Quinn on, I guess you could say 2 times. Without Tia Iona, I probably won't have enough BP. See, my Timeless Iona has 40,000. Whereas my next best unit has 32. Followed by 30. So if I were to take her out, I don't think we can beat the stage at all. You're currently saving up pulls. Is it worth to splurge on a Quinn banner? No. So, why should you not summon on the Quinn banner as juicy as Quinn looks and as strong as she is? One very simple reason. No Timeless Iona. There is no Timeless Iona in here. They're only going to add Timeless Iona once this banner ends. This banner ends, Timeless Iona is here. This banner is there, no Timeless Iona. Right? So if you want to get yourself the chance at a Timeless Iona, you're going to use your Blue Dawns or your Ancestral Shards. Okay, let's do a little gamble. Can we get ourselves a Quinn copy right here? It's a 1 in 9.
So you're
Fuck.
the one trying to control me.
Oh, it's bad. Couldn't have gone any worse, like, legitimately. So, for those of you once again curious, oh, what happens if you get a unit that you have fully maxed out again? There you go. There you go. 6,000 shards.
See anything you please come again.
It could have been better.
We look forward to your next
Maybe we can get an Agnes.
remember to come back.
Ooh, Cecia. Cecia's for the skin. Cecia's not too bad. Did you already add the skin in?
Please come again.
Probably not, right? The skin is gonna arrive by tomorrow.
Visit. Do remember.
Or I guess 2 days, right? When the update arrives. Wait, what is this update time anyway? Look at when the banner ends. 1 day, 21 hours. So, on reset? On reset in 2 days? How do you think players will increase their BP for like chapters 20 plus in the future, since leveling up past 200 is harder? You just have to level up more. Like, once you hit a cap, once you've given all your top 5 story units bound gear, once you've upgraded that bound gear to level 5, I guess you're looking for affinity, copies, skill ups, and then just more levels, right? But yeah, that's just the way. And unless we get a new power system, I don't see any real changes coming to that. Still, biggest change by far, has to be the fact that you now have 24 hours. You now have 24 hours to collect your rewards. But okay, someone said we were meant to try out and see if we can beat a stage at all without Timeless. Let's give it a try.
Past or future,
So,
stands with you now.
out with you. 142, 144, 142. So, Van Helsing time. Yes,
Need help.
we're so cooked.
The hour of execution has come.
40,000 BP deficit, no Timeless Iona? Ooh, I doubt it. But hey, who knows?
Moonlight revelation.
We should have Quinn ulted. Ooh, but now we're gonna see how tanky he is. Oh no, he doesn't have 3 stacks. He didn't yet make it to 3 stacks. The day has finally come where we have to complain about VH. It's always been here, right? Like, the moment Timeless stepped into our lives, VH complaints were on the menu and they weren't going anywhere. Maybe we should attack this other guy right here. I'm not even quite sure what he's charging. But it might be dangerous. Alright, Julius is now at his most powerful. He has his triple stacks. Let's see what he can do. He is fighting valiantly, but I think we have to focus on this big bad. This big bad seems to do a lot of bad things. Isn't it worth spending the currency for the perfect shots in the shop, trying to get more copies of Quinn or Agnes for the free 10 pulls in the event?
Please, be gentle with those flowers.
You're looking at a 1 in 31. You're looking at a 1 in 31, so I wouldn't be so sure about that. But we can try. We have some shards to gamble. So you say we should try and see if we could potentially get a... What is it? Let's see. It stops at 2 extra copies, doesn't it? The, like, summon rewards. Right here. So, okay. Can we get a copy of Agnes or Quinn to get an additional 10 summons? We have 240 shards. It's a combined chance of 6%. So, around a 1 in 20. So, let's have a look.
Let us celebrate
A Nicole,
this time.
a Hearty, Theophane,
Our reunion is guided.
Ressa. No Quinn, no Agnes. Triple perfect shards. Friedrich and Jester. It's a worthy gamble. It is a worthy gamble, especially if you could try to get another Agnes. But don't do it if you already have 2 copies, right? Don't don't do it if you have multiple copies, right? Like look at this. There is no rewards for anything higher than double siphon. So yeah. If you already have tier 2 on anyone, don't do it. Outside of that, it can be worth the gamble. It can be worth the gamble. It's not too bad of an idea. Like a 6% chance could be worse. Could be worse. Okay, let's try this stage again and see if we can actually beat or can't beat it with Julius. You did it and got 1 copy of Quinn and the 10 free pulls. Sweet.
As you wish.
Your altar needs to be upgraded. Then you should upgrade the altar. But you might be down on a level cap, maybe? When can I use the pulls I've saved for limited banners? And is this a good time to pull in Blue Dawn? It is the best time to pull in Blue Dawn banner because Timeless Aeona is now in. And the premium summons you should either summon tomorrow, in 2 days, on Stellar banner. Or a week after on the Albrecht banner. Because for now, Timeless Aeona isn't in there. So it's a bad idea to summon, right? Yeah, and outside of that, let's see. I don't even think you should summon too much, because keep again in mind, Stella, not limited, Albrecht, not limited, stands to reason that either the next two or the two after are going to be limited or an ancestral or something else special, right? So we now went 4 units being non-limited, 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 and also we are only a month and a half away from Halloween, right? We're around 5 weeks away from Halloween. Is Agnes good? Agnes is good that you want 1 copy. You want 1 copy so that you can use Agnes to pull units in. And that's pretty much most of what you want to do with an Agnes. But we could try. But I don't think I can make my Agnes strong enough. 28,000. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot just to see how strong the combo really is. Should you be summoning for Tia Yona and was vacation during her banner and event? If you have the choice, you want Timeless Aeona. Timeless Aeona at the moment is basically the game, alright? It's not Silver and Blood anymore, it's Timeless and Aeona. And that's just the reality of the meta at the moment. But keep in mind, there are no guarantees. There's no big raid up. If you pull an Ancestor, it's just a 1 in 7, right? Just because she's part of the units you can pull doesn't mean you're actually gonna pull her. Julius, Lorelei, Timeless. Steal from Timeless. Alright, 24,000. Maybe we can get her ult off. You're not forced to play on a tutorial. What do you mean? No, you can straight up connect. I downloaded the game right now, today on an emulator. It took me 5 minutes. There even is now a big menu that allows you to swap your account before the tutorial even starts. You don't even have to click on the site anymore. Like, making a new account on an emulator, playing it on your phone, it's never been easier. It's never been easier to get back to your old account. Hopefully Halloween gives the first otherworldly faction. Yes, it would make sense. If not, we have to hope for Christmas. Okay. Client is fixed. Let's test that out right now. How about we test that out right now, right? We're gonna see if it is or isn't fixed. So we open the game. You think this is fixed? I mean, okay, continue download. Let's see. 64, 49, 8, 22, 29, 23. It's at least not dropping into like the negatives. Now that I think of it, Valora is going to be the first Ancestor unit that is not going to be full siphoned in one day when she's available. She won't be. She won't be available in normal summons. Starting the game goes straight to loading a brand new lot in a new server. Don't know why though. There used to be a button to switch account. There is. You just can't click on start. Right? You just can't click on start. So let's see. Yeah, but look at this shit. We are now down to 237 kilobytes. What is this? The download is meant to take 10 hours? 10 hours? Yeah, I don't think that thing is fixed yet. Alright, see you later, PC client. Exactly.
Off we go.
Okay, 45,000 deficit. Let's see if it's worth anything.
I'll protect everything I hold dear.
Alright, so now we're going to pull everyone together. And then hit all of them with one ult. Didn't give us a lot of phantom stacks, but it at least stopped them from casting their ultimates. So I guess we can make this work somewhat. Wait, PC client having problems? Yeah, it's with the update. It doesn't download properly, and for some, even if it does download, you can't get past 99% of the download bar. Alright, let's try this again. We wait for until 7. We pull in all these people. We attack. Oh, he is on 3 stacks. So Julius is now on max stacks and ready to shred. So now we can pull him in again. We're all going to pull him in front of Julius, right here. And here we go. Okay. I'm not sure if it's big damage or not, but it looks impressive. So once again, because it's Blood Moon, we only have to wait for 5. Because we can again pull them all in. And then hit him with the Julius. Then again we wait for around 7. Did he die? Is he still... No, he's still alive. Okay. And we hit them. Alright, same rotation. Quinn for the low moon. Agnes for the pull-in. And then Julius for the damage. We're not quite able to beat the stage, but we also didn't lose. Is Stella worth the pulse? That is what we'll find out when her banner actually comes out. Look at this. Time's up. And it was a defeat. Alright, let's check the numbers. What? Dutchman's Revenge Guide for the last one? Sure. How did you do the merchant ship one in Dutchman? I'm not even sure if I attempted it yet. I think I have one Dutchman stage still left open. But look at these numbers. 1.4 million damage in 2 minutes of straight fighting? Yeah, I don't know. Look at your past messages. That should fix your client update issues. Yeah, I know, but I want to kind of like take the approach of you doing what the average guy is gonna do, right? Like your average Joe is not going to go out of their way to go to Reddit, to look at this subreddit, to go into your file editor, to find some files and then like click things in your files. It's not gonna happen, right? So I'm gonna wait until it's fixed for like the average person. So I have an idea. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to find some super spaced out tech solution. It's not really gonna help a lot of people, because most people, they don't even bother with this at all, right? But yeah, absolutely. If you have an idea on how to fix this, and if you see someone asking, help him, right? Help him. Make a Reddit post. Make a post in our Discord channel. Send a complaint to the devs. Like, it's a good idea, right? So, for those of you curious, okay, why is Julius not really performing? Look at the BP. 50%. 50% stat decrease. Julius, 6,500 attack before the stage starts. Before the stage starts, Julius on 13,000. So it's an exact 50% stat cut. And you bring up a good point. Could I just replace him with a T-Hearty and do the exact same thing and see what happens? Yes, I could. So how about we do that? Obviously, our Hearty has a bit better stats, bit more investment. But that is a pretty decent comparison, especially because Agnes works in the exact same way for this team right here. So you're going to start off with getting out your standard Quinn, right? And then let's see if Hearty can even survive this long. But alright, here we go, 7. We pull all of these people in. And then we use a Hearty to hit all of them. Then we get in another Quinn ult. Hearty's dead. So keep that in mind. If you are looking for the comparison between Julius and Hearty, Hearty is more squishy, right? Hearty is more squishy. Julius can give himself the big lifesteal. Let's once again look at his kit. So yeah, Julius can get himself the lifesteal 30%. He can stack these up quite fast. He just needs to deal damage 60 times. And he has all these other abilities, right? He just does some more damage. So Hearty probably not going to survive long enough for this to actually work. But we can try putting in Starry-Eyed on Hearty.
As you wish.
Which has similar BP. It has similar BP, and with the Starry-Eyed, Hearty should survive. So it should give us a more clear idea of what does and doesn't work. Unless Agnes just poof. You know, she just goes poof. And then she's dead.
Please, be gentle with those flowers.
Moonlight revelation.
Keep in mind, Agnes is also a melee unit. What Julius team go on dot? No. No. Julius is not a DOT character. No.
It's finally my turn.
Alright, let's try it like this. Get the damage absorption going. Nope. Julius, who to pick then, Sirene or Julius? Sirene. If you don't have either, pick Sirene. If you already have any amount of Sirenes, pick Julius. So, okay. Judgment for now, right? We in our account scenario, we don't have enough BP, right? I don't have enough BP to make Julius work in a way that's meant to be. I can make him work if I put in Timeless Iona, but then Timeless Iona basics are gonna deal more damage than Julius, right? So,
With those flowers.
yeah, for this to actually work, Let's see, then we get Julius in. You can use him for story. I wouldn't recommend it. It's possible. If Julius is in BP range to your other units, he's definitely going to be useful. He's going to get stuff done. But if you're fighting at like a more than, what is it? Like 20% deficit, right? As long as the stat cut starts going above 40%, it's not really going to happen. It is not really going to happen. And he's dead. Alright. Let's try that again. Do you guys Abel's potion or whatever that is and 100 moon tears from May was said about? Oh! Event. So what they do here, let me explain that on the fly right here. We could just check the mail. Unless you're playing on Asia. If you're playing on Asia and got the mail, oh yeah, you probably got it in Asia. But let me show you the equivalent mail for global. Clan hunt, clan hunt, clan hunt, clan hunt. This one. It's just this one, right? It's just a message that gives you the artifact, that gives you the resource used for the story stages, and it gives you 100 gems. So this just means that in less than 2 days, we're getting the new story stage, the new banner, all the new events. So it's just a preparation, right? You're going to be able to have 1 extra stage attempt per day. That's pretty much it for the event stages. So current thoughts on Julius, all right? Current thoughts on Julius. Not a summoner, so is not going to see a place in PvP because PvP is a Tia Iona madhouse. It's just Tia Ionas and Time Worn, just Tia Ionas and a bunch of Silver Shadow Chronometers. Story, he can only work below, I think, like around 20% and lower deficit he can work. If you want to pair him with someone, you want to pair him with an Agnes, so you can pull the units in with Agnes, then attack with Julius. You only really want to run an Agnes in spot for someone like a Daikalo, because she does interrupt for 3 cost. She does have that big range, so if you're used to using Daikalo, you're going to be able to pick up Agnes quite easily. Once you pull all these units in, 1 Julius ult is enough to get him to the maximum stacks. So ult order goes something like this. Quinn, Agnes, Julius. Julius is going to get his 3 stacks, and then with his 30% lifesteal, he can actually tank some hits. Right? He can actually tank some hits. What about the rest of the content? Where should you use him? Where could you use him? Should you use him in Time of Mausoleum? Hell no. He's a melee fighter. Can you use him in Tomb of the Fallen? I would only really consider using Julius in Tomb of the Fallen if you don't have Timeless Aeona, right? No Timeless Aeona means you have to find a DPS, and he's a really good option. If you do have a Timeless Aeona, just forget about him, right? Forget about him. A Blood Arena done. Infinite Abyss and Story are basically the same thing. Unless he's close to your highest BP units, you're not really going to be able to use him because he's going to take too big of a stat cut to be useful. The real content where he's going to be shining is most likely going to be Clan Hunt, Prophecy, and maybe... So minimum Clan Hunt, minimum Prophecy, and maybe, just maybe a Night of the Hunt too. But Night of the Hunt is kind of dominated by Timeless Aeona, so... But he's not going to be bad. He's going to be a really good choice. You remember the Night of the Hunt stage, the standard one, where you need a unit that hits to apply the vulnerabilities, a melee unit, the Hearty stage, right? The Hearty Night of the Hunt stage with the 1 enemy. He should be a good replacement for Res or Hearty there. Not the Timeless tier. Yes, he's not the Timeless tier, exactly. How could we nerf Tia Iona in order to get a balance? Okay. Big topic, big solution. Increase HP and defense and attack values of every enemy by 20%. Buff every other vessel outside of Timeless Aeona by 20%. all of a sudden, Timeless Iona is not just here, but she's at least in the same atmosphere, right? You just get another copy of Tia Iona from your shards. That's perfect. Yes, Timeless Iona is now in the Blue Dawn banner. So if any of you are looking for a Blue Dawn surprise, you just do this, right? You summon and you give up. But no, if any of you are still looking for Timeless Iona copies, now's the time. She's added in here, as you see right there. So there's been a couple people on the Discord already that joined there. Do I have Stellar preview? I have a video on my channel where I previewed Stellar, if that makes you happy. Yeah. Yeah. You got Tia Iona on the perfect charts after 50 pulls with SR back to back. You got so lucky. Nice. And now you still can get an SSR, right? Because you went 50, no SSR. Sweet. So yeah, currently we don't have a game mode. We just don't have a game mode to test Julius. So I don't want to stretch this more than it needs to be. Currently no game mode for Julius. We have a decent idea of how strong he is, but yeah, that's kind of Julius. Albrecht Kitsune.
Can I await the day to tear off their hypocritical masks?
Give it like 4 days. I would say around 4 to 5 days before the Albrecht banner are we going to know what he does. So, if you are very cautious with your summons, as you should be, then you wait until the Stellar banner has been out for 2 or 3 days so you can see what Albrecht is all about. And even if you don't want to, or even if you summon for Stellar, you're going to get an Albrecht copy. You're going to get an Albrecht copy for free day 8 after his banner. The same way you got an Agnes for free. Ah, Mira, you've been getting incredibly lucky. Alright. I would like to see a sub that can discount the next ult to 0 with its own ult so slower DPS can become available. Yes. When are we gonna get another timeless quality vessel? Earliest, like the earliest, I would say is around Halloween. My prediction on when are we gonna get the next unit that is really strong, like significantly stronger than the last ones. Obviously, I don't think we're gonna see another timeless because she's been too strong. But I would say around 3 or 4 characters after Albrecht, right? So the way this should go is the 10th is gonna be Stellar, 17th is gonna be Albrecht, 24th is gonna be nothing, and then the 31st of September should be the next character. Then another character on the 7th of October. 7th of October now, right? 14th of October should be again no character. Then it should be one on the 21st and one on the 28th. If anything makes sense, then the character on the 28th of October should be pretty damn good. Next banner worth pulling. I would say, like with Quinn, get a copy. Right? I would say, Stellar, get a copy. See how she does. She is a new damage type, right? She is a new damage type, so I would at least pick her up. She's not physical, she's not magical, she's true damage, or I guess piercing damage, how they call it here. And yeah. Is Velora worth the grind? Maybe. I mean, she better be. What else are you gonna grind for, right? What else are you gonna grind for? And she looks incredible. Like, just from reading her kit, just from the little bit of a demo, she might not be timeless tier, but she's definitely gonna be stronger than anything else we have at the moment, outside of timeless. Like, the ability to... So, the way she works is she can cast her ult at 3, and then pay back the remaining 3 cost after using her ult already, and that also 20% faster than usual. And also this is really big. Like, you don't know how big this is, but a 40% attack increase, a 40% base crit rate increase, a up to 40% crit damage taken increase, even if she doesn't become the craziest DPS ever. Keep in mind, Timeless Aeona can crit, right? She can go in, she can do the crit damage taken, and then Timeless Aeona can deal damage. Or any other character, think Ressa, Van Helsing. The possibilities are truly out there. Oh, you wanna see if our Van Helsing can kill the deficit even though our Julius failed? Sure, we can try that. Why not? As a finishing touch to this stream, I mean, sure. Let's see if we can bring Van Helsing back to glory at around a 50% stat deficit with a proper Agnes. Can Van Helsing cook? Can he? Why do the best characters always have to be DPS? Because it's a numbers game. The higher the numbers, the bigger the wow factor, right? The bigger the endorphins, right? The bigger the, just the happiness factor, right? The bigger the numbers, the bigger the happiness. So, let's see. If we want to use Van Helsing, we put Van Helsing in the back. We get ourselves a starry-eyed, start saving or start boosting Quinn, and then 1, 2, 3, ta-da. Right, let's see how this goes. Dopamine, exactly, that's what I was searching for. Could this have been played better? Absolutely. Would Van Helsing be even stronger if we were to bring a fleeting Bella with us? Yes, he would be. But yeah, we didn't have to lose as many people, right? We absolutely didn't have to lose as many people. But then keep in mind, Van Helsing has a bound headpiece. Van Helsing has full copies. Van Helsing has almost maxed out affinity. So it makes sense. And even then, it's only been like, what, 700k difference? That makes me curious though. I wish my units were stronger. I wish my fleeting Bella was stronger. I wish I had more BP. Because I'm kind of limited in the amount of comps I can try and play out, you know? Like, for example, right here. Even if I wanted to play a Julius comp with the fleeting, I don't think I can.
Before me, you won't be the exception.
I still remember how to use power.
Let's see, yeah, 136, that's almost a 50k BP diff. I don't think that can end well, like, at all. Yeah, this game just doesn't want you to have ancestry equipment. It is a 2% drop chance after all. On top of an 85% drop chance, to be exact. Okay, so we pull everybody in again. And then here we can try it one more time. Is he dead? Aw, he died. Yeah, heavy armor, medium armor. But getting a light armor headpiece of any faction really is a jackpot. Like, no matter how you want to look at it, it really is. We might be able to find a way to beat the stage with him. Is Julius a good vessel? He should be worse for you, for your account, with the Timeless Iona focus than a Sirene. But he's definitely better than a Sirene copy. That's like the base conclusion. And anything past that, he can only really prove himself once we get Prophecy, once we get Night of the Hunt, once we get some more game modes back. That's only the real time where he can actually prove himself. Agnes just died. Sadness. Yeah, I don't think we can make this work with this BP. Is Julius as OP as Iona? Hell no. Hell no. Even if this Julius had 8000 BP, 8000 attack more like my Timeless, which is impossible, because I would have to bind a headpiece, max a headpiece, max the ring, max the chest piece, max the copies, max the affinity. He's good, right? He's like Van Helsing level good. Even from this little bit of investment we've done into him, you can kind of still see the potential that he has, but you're not going to be able to reach that potential yet. He's on like a Van Helsing / T-Harty good level, but not T-Harty Clan Hunt good, because T-Harty is ridiculous in Clan Hunt, alright? Why does our Agnes always have to die? You know? I don't know. Why does she have to die? Can't she just, like, you know, stay alive? I don't know if we can make this work, actually. Quinn is pretty overpowered. Yes, she's a one-man tank. She is a tank plus a healer plus just, yeah, almost unkillable, right? Like, nobody else in this game. Nobody else can open up with one ult and tank all these impacts. Not without a dedicated healer. Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll probably have to stay with the same Julius conclusion. You think we need more werewolf characters? Sure. I mean, why not, right? Show us what Albrecht can do first, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe we're judging Julius a bit too fast and Albrecht is going to make him overpowered, right? I think they should make a global leaderboard for levels that would bring, that would make a sort of competition. What? Who has the biggest wallet? Because if you're looking for the highest level, I think it's currently around 250. Like, I feel like Kyoki, Anthony, Lise, they're all going to be around like level 250. So, yeah. I wish Quinn was a bit more tanky when I run her with Bella. She always feels like taking way more damage, even with better stats than your Bella. That's because she is. If you activate her ultimate, she takes 50% of the damage your team takes. But no matter what, Quinn is more tanky than Bella. That's just the reality of it, right? That's just a fact. Alright people, looks like we'll have to wait until we have some more proper content to test Julian in. Julius, my bad. Which one of the new characters do I like the most? If I could get my hands on Velora right now, I would try to. How do you know if the armor is light, medium or heavy? It's the symbol. So if you check out an armor, in the top right it always has a symbol, right? And that symbol equates to the armor, right? Whereas this one, right, this is how medium armor looks. This kind of like filled out shield. Light armor is the shield without it, and then heavy armor is the filled out shield. And that's the same thing you see on gear, right? Filled out shield, half filled out, and then empty shield. I'm severely underleveled with just beating 15-7, just forcing my way through. If you've already beaten 15-7, you can also beat 15-8. Good luck, and get yourself that level 9/tier 9 faction gear. Alright people, I think that's it. I think we tried. We haven't really been able to find a way to make him particularly useful. But that's just because the content currently is not there. Alright then. We see each other in the next one.